internet radio, only to find a station playing old radio programs, complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB online in Radio Land. I tell you nothing but classic radio shows, back to back with classic commercials in between. Like the days of radio. Almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radio Land. After 1 year, the wait is over. Now join Pastor Ron Johnston and a panel of men and women to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy. In this world of chaos and upheaval, this is the program that puts it all into perspective. How will we survive? God only knows. So trust Him and listen to the last 7 days.
Uploaded as a podcast or live
every third Friday at 12 o'clock noon Central on GJRB Online.
It was the year World War II ended, and the troops came home, and the music was fabulous, with big hits from Perry Como, Judy Garland, and the Andrews Sisters. The year was 1945. Listen to the year in music on the next Swing Time. I'm Gary Russen, and I'll be featuring the biggest hits from that year, along with trivial information about the prices of items such as groceries, the news events, the culture of 1945 on the next Swing Time. We all run a busy schedule, and maybe we don't have time to catch the Gary Russen program. Well, here's the solution. The best of the Gary Russen program, highlighting the most memorable parts of recent shows. Each podcast I will play clips of previous shows and talk about them. Watch for podcast uploads during the GJRB's podcast weekend on GJRB's public site on Spreaker, reflecting on the past memories of past shows. The best of the Gary Russen program on GJRB.
This is Michael J. Martin, and you're listening to the Gary Russen program on GJRB Online.
Whether it's baseball, basketball, hockey, even bowling, it's covered on Gary.
Just hear those sleigh bells jingling, ring, ting, tingling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside.
Yeah, it's, well, I always say lovely. It's a lovely weather. Lovely. All right. Okay, Ella Fitzgerald, a little bit of Christmas music bumpers here on the Gary Russen program here on GJRB. Yeah, you better believe it. Welcome back to the Gary Russen program here on GJRB Online across America and around the world. Wherever you may be listening, from San Diego, California to New Jersey, all around the world, around the country. Yep. Glad to be back. But anyway, like I was saying before, a neurosurgeon talked to me and said that, plain and simple, I just need to know it. Need to know it. Just, that's simple. It was, just getting to, how do I explain this? This whole thing with my tumor. And gotta tell you, folks, it's been interesting ever since they discovered this thing. Really. And it's been scary too in a way, because I was nervous about it getting worse, and stuff, and now I think that I'm just going to deal with it the best I can, because that's all I can do at this point. Whether or not when it goes out, but he told me that it's going to be a while. It's going to be 6 months to a year, because I have Plavix. That's what I'm on because of my blood thinners. Blood thinners, Plavix. I have to have that. I have to be on there. I have to be on it for a year. And something worse could happen to me if they were to start that surgery now. So I can wait. Wait 6 months to a year. I can wait. So I'm not ready for it just yet. It's been since November that we did this show. But after Christmas, I'm going to have the year-end review of the best of the Gary Russen program, best moments of past shows. We'll be talking about that later on. And there's something interesting to talk about today's show, including high-speed police chases. And how far do these chases go before someone gets hurt or injured or killed? In Pittsburgh recently, some kids nearly got hit by a police cruiser in pursuit. It's not just really the police. It's the criminals. They don't care if they jeopardize whose life they jeopardize to get away from cops. This has to stop right now. They are currently got a new device now out where they can put in front of police cruisers that will stop a criminal from running. Yeah, it's a new device, and it will stop completely. It will stop completely a vehicle. It will disable it. And I'll be talking about that this afternoon here on the Gary Russen program. It's a fascinating. I watched a video to this the other day. And the matter of fact, I'm looking at it going, wow. What it does is it lassos it. It's like let's say, rodeo. Okay, you're in a rodeo. And it will lasso, it will stop, it will go underneath the tire. When the tire runs over, it will bind in the back tire, which will be probably the left driver's side tire. It will bind in that tire. It will stop the vehicle before the cops can just stop it in its tracks. The criminal can't get away. They got this thing so that it will stop in its tracks. It will just completely... I like the idea. I do. I like the idea. If that can stop... If it can stop a police... If it can stop a criminal from trying to run from the cops, I'm for it. This is the neatest thing they can come up with. Now, I don't know. I imagine they're going to try it in certain police cruisers across the country. I don't think it's going to probably be a while, but I'm sure eventually down the line it will be available on all police cruisers across the country. I can guarantee you. Because this will stop a criminal in its tracks. Seriously. It'll go underneath. The cop just goes underneath there and it binds around the back tire, usually probably the driver's side tire, and completely stop that vehicle. I am impressed with this thing. When I first saw it, I said, wow, that is fabulous. It can actually stop a police, it can stop a criminal before he can do any more damage. See what I mean? This is great stuff, folks. Great, and I really hope that it goes. I hope that we see a lot of it in the future. This is fabulous stuff. So we'll talk about that. Also, weather on the 5s coming up. We're going to do that, and we're going to do weather in the news. Got that coming up. Interesting, did you know that Hawaii actually had a snowstorm? Yeah, Hawaii had a snowstorm. Hawaii. Would you believe it? But this is like in the mountains. I think these are like the mountainous regions. Hawaii, they got it. But they got a snowfall in Hawaii. This is a place where you go to escape snow for the winter. But there you go, Hawaii had a snowstorm, folks. Wow. talk about that one coming up. But I mean, that is blows your mind. So we'll talk about that coming up. But right now, though, let's take a look at weather on the 5s real quick. And it looks like the Hawaiian snowstorm, and it's clearing up here in Iowa, and we're going to get some decent weather. So, but it's a beautiful day today, despite the fact that it's not really all that cold. We have a current temperature in our studios right now of 33 degrees right now, and I'll give you the national weather and your national temperatures coming up here on the Gary Russen program. Here on GJRB Online on Spreaker. Glad you could be aboard with me. Got a lot more stuff coming up. I'll be right back.
It's covered on Gary J's sports page. I'll talk about what's going on in the world of sports all over the USA. We'll read you interesting articles about the players and even keep up with the scores of the games going on live. I'll even have guests from time to time and just talk sports. Better than any newspaper page, it comes alive. Gary J's sports page, alternating Saturdays at 2 o'clock Central on GJRB Online.
Imagine one day tuning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radioland. A day of nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between. Like the days of radio. Almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radioland.
If you're a new emerging artist and want your songs out there, the place to go is Reverb Nation. Reverb Nation was ideally devoted to new music from new artists from every town and every state in the U.S. If you're a solo artist and recording your own music, it's Reverb Nation. Stop on by, visit, listen to the music, check out the site, www.reverbnation.com. Put your music out there and gain an audience. Go to Reverb Nation for the best in new music. And remember, if you like your songs played on GJRB Online is up and coming, drop me an email at GaryJ65@yahoo.com. And I'll be playing your song on all GJRB Online shows. Remember the name, Reverb Nation.
The holidays are upon us again, and GJRB wants to brighten it up with a great holiday radio programming with the GJRB Annual Bright Holiday. I have a new radio, television, and movie classics Christmas special with old toy commercials and local Christmas commercials from different markets throughout the country and trailers from some of your favorite Christmas movies. Join me 3 times for American Christmas Jukebox. It's a bright holiday. Now, going on GJRB.
Website which turns anyone into a radio DJ. Log on to Spreaker.com for listening to thousands of radio channels and start creating your own radio today.